Dear students, in this video, we are primarily going to discuss the effect of temperature on the resistance of metals and insulators. Okay, so to begin with, first of all, we will study the classification of all the materials in terms of their conductivity. Okay, in terms of conductivity, materials are classified as insulators, which have very small conductivity. Conductivity means the ease with which the charge carriers are flowing through a conductor. So, insulators have small conductivity, and insulators include glass, rubber, wood, etc. Conductors have very high conductivity. Very easily the electrons pass from them, the charge carriers pass from them. And conductors include copper, silver, aluminium, tungsten, etc. Next we have semiconductors. They are the materials which neither have very high conductivity, they are not that conductive like conductors, nor they are so inert like insulators. So neither they have too high conductivity nor they have too low conductivity, and these include germanium, silicon, etc. So next, the main thing that we are going to discuss is effect of temperature on the resistance. In the previous video, I taught you how to calculate the relation, microscopic relation for the resistance, and that came out to be M divided by NE square tau L by A. So that relation was for metallic conductor. When we calculated this relation, we assumed a metallic conductor. So now what we need to see that R is inversely proportional to relaxation time. Now we will study that when the temperature increases for a metal, we are having a metal here, and when we increase the temperature of this metal, already what is there, even if the temperature is not increased, even if the metal is kept at room temperature, we know that the metal possesses lots and lots of free electrons, many free electrons. So even if it is kept at room temperature, the free electrons are still there. They have left the atom and they are moving rapidly, randomly throughout the lattice. So when you will increase the temperature for a metal, number density of electrons is not going to change, because वो room temperature पे भी उतने ही थे, वो पहले से ही free थे. Usually क्या होता है, when you give temperature to things, they break their bonds. And when they break their bonds, they just come out, they just become free, and they are free to move all around the lattice. But the situation is, we have a metal here, and in case of a metal, electrons are already free. Okay, you know the electronic configuration of sodium, isn't it? 281, the shell-wise configuration. So electrons are already free. Here the temperature does not play any role in setting the electrons free, in breaking the bonds. So that's why number density is not going to change. Okay, but with the increase in temperature, the lattice will begin to vibrate so much that the amplitudes of vibrations will be so much that the collisions will now start occurring frequently. And since the collisions are occurring frequently, the time between two successive collisions will reduce to a significant extent, isn't it? So yes, so when time between two collisions reduces to a significant extent, the relaxation time would decrease, and when relaxation time would decrease, resistance is going to increase. Resistance is going to increase, the reason being they both are inversely proportional to each other. And here I am providing you a relation with no basic grounds for it. It's simply an equation that you can look here. Okay, higher order equation, that resistance at any temperature is equals to R naught multiplied by 1 plus alpha t plus beta t square. Here T refers to the temperature at which you are calculating the resistance, and R naught is the resistance at 0 degrees Celsius. You have a material at 0 degrees Celsius, its resistance is R naught, and at T degrees Celsius its resistance will be given by this equation. Okay, so here alpha and beta are two constants. Fine. And one more thing, alpha and beta, their values vary from metal to metal. Usually the temperature increase is not that much. It's not that much. So that's why beta t square term can be ignored. And we will be left with this stuff. Okay. So this will be equal to RT equals to R naught plus R naught alpha t. So R naught alpha t equals to RT minus R naught. So alpha is equal to RT minus R naught divided by R naught into T. So alpha is equal to increase in resistance, okay, divided by original resistance multiplied by the rise of temperature, and alpha is known as temperature coefficient of resistance. Temperature coefficient of resistance, right? Remember that here RT is the resistance at some temperature, R naught is the resistance at 0 degrees Celsius. Now for metals like copper, silver, aluminium, etc., we know that resistance जो होती है वो increase हो जाती है. जब आप टेम्परेचर को इंक्रीज करते हो तो रेजिस्टेंस इंक्रीज हो जाती है. सो दिस इज आर टी इज मोर, आर नॉट इज लेस. At 0 degrees Celsius, the resistance of that metal is less, but at some temperature, the resistance is more. So RT is more than R naught. So alpha is coming out to be a positive quantity in case of metals. But for insulators and semiconductors, mark my words, right now, right here, you have an insulator और अ सेमीकंडक्टर अंडर कंसिडरेशन. इंसुलेटर्स और सेमीकंडक्टर्स में क्या होता है कि जब आप टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज करते हो, रेजिस्टेंस इज नॉट गोइंग टू इंक्रीज. रीजन बीइंग सेमीकंडक्टर्स आर लाइक सिलिकॉन, germanium, you know the catenation property, they all are bonded with each other somehow. So when they are bonded with each other somehow, they do not have free electrons already. So they are not conducting already. Semiconductor is an insulator at 0 degrees Celsius. Mark my words. Okay. So when you would increase the temperature for a semiconductor, don't you think that the bonds will be broken? When bonds will be broken, few electrons will be released and they will be able to move around the lattice. They will be able to conduct electricity. Don't you think that? So yes, for a semiconductor, resistance rather decreases when you increase the temperature. Because होता क्या है, lattice तब भी vibrate कर रहा है, but the chemical nature of semiconductor is such that already it was having bonds. It was having the charge carriers which were involved in bond formation. So when you applied the temperature, those bonds were broken. The charge carriers were set free, and thereafter they started moving, and thereafter they started conducting. So it would not be wrong to say that the resistance of semiconductor rather decreases with the increase in temperature. So if RT is less for a semiconductor, R naught is more. R naught is the resistance at 0 degrees Celsius. So RT is less, R naught is more. So don't you think that less minus more is going to give you a negative quantity? So alpha is going to be a negative stuff for semiconductors and insulators. So yeah, remember that alpha is temperature coefficient of resistance, very very important quantity. If that comes out as positive, that means we are talking about metals, conductors, okay. And if that comes out as a negative stuff, then we are talking about insulators and semiconductors. So this is all about the effect of temperature on resistance. And always remember that we neither use insulators nor semiconductors for making standard resistance coils. Metal भी use नहीं करते हम. We rather use alloys. Why? Because alloys have high value of resistivity. So, and they do not get that heated up. They have small values of temperature coefficient of resistance. That is why their resistance does not change. Okay, and you should remember that alloys have a special property that their resistance is not at all affected by the atmospheric conditions. So that's why we rather use alloys for making standard resistance coils. Alloys like Constantan, manganin. I'll write it for you. Constantan, manganin. Okay, so these are the alloys.